Hello everyone, welcome back to SmallCapGuy. You have probably heard that in this world, very few people are holding a significantly large percentage of the total wealth, while most people are holding just a small fraction of that wealth. This is known as the Pareto principle or the 80-20 rule. It states that for many outcomes, roughly 80% of the consequences come from just 20% of the causes. However, in the topic of wealth, 80-20 is not the case and it has gone more extreme. I came across a shocking fact that in 2010, 388 of the richest people in the world held half of the global wealth. This number has been reduced to 62 people in 2015. The total wealth these 62 really rich people held was as much as what the 3.5 billion poorest people did. This was not the most shocking fact because in 2019, it has further been reduced to just 26 people. Let me ask you a question. Based on this trend for the past 10 years, do you think the wealth gap is going to increase or decrease moving forward? And who do you think will become the world's richest man in the next 5 to 10 years? Comment below and let me know your thoughts. So, in this video, I'm going to show you how the rich people use a systematic approach to manipulate your mindset to be poor forever. Before that, I want to let you know that mindset is the most powerful tool to change a person. When you teach people a technique or a strategy, they will implement but forget over time. But when you infuse mindset to people, especially contradicting their current ones, they will remember it forever and their lives will change. The first way how the rich people manipulate the poor is through our education system. You have heard that our current education system is known to produce workers and employees instead of entrepreneurs. Many years ago, the privilege of receiving education was only granted to the royal family or people living in the upper class of the society. It was until about 200 years ago when the first industrial revolution happened. During that time, machine schools were created to replace the huge demand of manpower for manufacturing processes. So, when the machines were created, they needed people to control the machines. Not only that, they also needed people who would listen to the order and follow the SOPs to get things done. However, the education system that time was only reserved for the elite and it was not applicable to what the factories really needed. So, what was the solution? They approached the government to create a universal schooling system to create factory workers. This schooling system is then used until right now when the jobs and tasks needed back then were pretty much obsolete. Every year, a bunch of workers are created to make sure our society is running. Do you realize that if you want to receive more salary, the society would ask you to go and study to get a certificate or a degree? If you want to upgrade your salary, go and get more certificates. No one in the school would tell you that in order to generate more wealth, what you need to do is provide more values and solve bigger problems for society. It is not related to the number of certificates you have obtained. If you just had a realization, remember to smash the like button on this video. The second reason how most people get manipulated by the rich is due to the unconscious bias about money. Let's imagine this. When you are walking on the road and suddenly you hear and a young man is driving a Ferrari or Lamborghini passing by you. What is your immediate reaction about it? 3 seconds to think about it. 3, 2, 1. Now, most people would be having negative thoughts. Wow, his dad is very rich for sure. If not, he cannot even afford a basic car. He must not be a good person. So rich can buy a sports car, use that money for donation is much better. Or some people would even curse that person. I would laugh at him if he crashes his car. So much money needed for repair and maintenance. If you are thinking like this, you need to be careful and you might need to change this mindset. How can you make a conclusion that this person is incapable and is only dependent on his parents based on what you just saw? There are so many capable people who made millions and billions in their early 20s, and you can just simply Google about it. Now, let's come back to the unconscious bias about money. We have been infused with a mindset to hate rich people or to hate money. Money is the root of all evil. Money only causes problems. Rich people are bad because they suck money from the poor. Now, I want to tell you this. If you hate rich people or you hate money, it is very difficult for you to be rich. It is common sense that you don't want to become someone you don't like. Here's the question. Why are we having this kind of mindset and where does it come from? Most likely it's from your upbringing. In a typical family, more than 80% of parents are working employees and they are not rich. They will always quarrel because of money problems. Because of this, it indirectly causes the kids to hate money because money brings unhappiness. This negative mindset about money has been with you since you were born. If you don't change it, you will probably face the same situation with your spouse and you will indirectly pass this belief to the next generation. That is the reason why poor parents would usually raise poor kids, because of that mindset. Although changing it is difficult, we have to let go of our past beliefs in order to get rich and happy. The next reason how the rich manipulate you to become poor is they want you to spend money. They tell you how to feel like a rich person. If you save money and don't spend it, no one will know that you are rich. In order not to let people look you down, you have to increase your status. So they influence you to buy the high-end stuff. How do they successfully do it? Through advertisements or marketing gimmicks. When more and more advertisements about high-end stuff appear in front of you, your beliefs would start to change. You will get carried away to buy the items with intangible assets because they have the branding effects. I want to tell you this. They do this on purpose. They want to create a desire within you to grab those physical possessions so you would remain poor by paying installments. Think about this. If there is no one in the world who shows you what an iPhone is and how is the feeling of owning an iPhone, would you still want to buy it? Never. Because you won't know it existed. When you don't know something about it, no desire would be created. I want to let you realize that more and more companies are starting to offer credit facilities to consumers. We have got the famous e-commerce companies like Alibaba and Shopee, but even the non-e-commerce companies like Grab are offering similar services. They didn't start off straight as a financial company, but the total addressable market of credit services is so huge that they can't leave the money on the table. Meaning to say, these companies allow the consumer to buy now, pay later. They calculate the capital required plus the interest you need to pay on a daily basis to make you paralyzed and show you how cheap it is to own something you desire. When it is easy for you to own that product upfront without huge capital, you experience instant gratification. Your desire increases and you buy even more with installments. So your debt level gets bigger and bigger. In this case, you will find that it is hard to save money for investments or even upgrade yourself. Even when there is an investment or business opportunity arises, because you don't have enough money, you can't do anything about it, and that opportunity will just fade away. To sum it up, I have covered 3 main methods how the rich people control your mindset to be poor forever. Through our educational system, infusing negative bias about money since we are born, and through marketing gimmicks to influence us to spend more money. Only when you realize that mindset is the root cause to make you stay poor, you can then proceed to let go of the old beliefs and allow the new beliefs to improve your life. In the next video, I'm going to show you how to get out of the poor people's trap and eventually to become rich. I will be sharing what the mindset that rich people have and the actionable steps you can take right now so that you can change your destiny and also your next generation's destiny. Subscribe to this channel and turn on the notification to receive an instant update when I upload the new video. Looking forward to see you next time.